Welcome to your Daily Smash for Tuesday, August 20th, 2024. I'm Rick.
I'm Kelly.
Happy birthday, Mom. My mom's birthday. She is 87.
Wow, that's old. She looks great.
My dad's 91.
He looks great.
I texted with my sister. She visited them like a week or two ago. She said that they're doing well, and they take walks. My dad walks through the park every day. I don't think they're playing as much tennis.
Oh, yeah?
But they're still doing well, and I'll be, of course, talking to my mom and dad on this day, but we're recording the night before because Kelly's heading to Paris soon. My mom would love that hat.
Oh, your mom would get this and blow it up and explode it.
She would burn it.
Your mom would burn it.
Your
mom wouldn't let me in the house with this on.
She would not. It's G-Defy Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. G-Defy Tuesday. These are the best athletic shoes you can buy. The most comfortable, the greatest support, VersoShock technology, orthotics. 2 pairs of orthotics come with every pair of shoes to give you even more support and a little more height. You'll be 2 inches taller when you wear these bad boys. They relieve pain and improve your posture, and they're blowing up on Instagram, but I think we were among the first to promote these bad boys.
We were. Then everybody got on board.
Yeah.
We were the very first.
How much do you love your G-Defies, Kelly?
I love my G-Defy. Okay, I need to put them on because my lower back is hurting. I've been cooking all day long. I'm having a family meal, a Last Supper, with my cousin Tony, Rebecca, and a couple of Julie's friends. I'm making short ribs. I absolutely love short ribs, and if you want to watch me make them, you can go on Patreon and you can make it for your family. Very simple, very easy. It's just time consuming.
This week on the Rick and Kelly Show, we're doing another Cooking with Kelly segment, and it's going to be the short ribs, and we're going to bring you highlights from Paris because Kelly's going to shoot videos on her way there and when she gets there, and her and Jolie in Paris. Jolie in Paris, isn't that a TV show?
Emily in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
I binge watched that the other morning. I binge watched it.
So that's this week on the Rick and Kelly Show. And by the way, when you sign up, and it only starts at $5, you have access to all 153 shows in our library. I forgot to mention, our 3-year anniversary of the Rick and Kelly Show was over the weekend.
I cannot believe that.
We've been doing a
That
podcast.
3 years went by like that.
Yeah.
We both lost our jobs, and we're like, what do we do? And we're like, start a podcast. And it's not easy to start a podcast. It's very difficult. I'm shocked.
3 years.
Yeah.
150, really 154, 155 episodes. We work hard on it. It's over an hour long, and it's uncensored, and we say whatever we want. It's behind a paywall, so we can talk about anything and not get censored for it. And I love that show.
Yeah.
And we have thousands of very happy patrons, and we hope you'll join us on the Rick and Kelly Show. I do have some sad news to report. One of my best friends, now I'm choking up, Anthony Ruiz.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. You want to stop? Do you want to stop?
No, I'm okay.
He passed away. He was Rick's very, 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 very best friend. He would call Rick all the time, wanting to know what. He was so supportive. He came to your 60th birthday party.
Yeah, with his wife Karen.
With his wife.
And we grew up together. He and we had 5. There were 5 brothers. Two others who lived in California. We grew up in Silver Spring, Maryland. He lived right down the street from me. Him and his 4 brothers, and we hung out every day. And I love that guy. I love his brothers. We had so many great times together, great adventures. 3 of the brothers have now died. 3
Wow.
of them. Carlos, Ricky, Michael, and now Anthony. And Nikki and Carlos are still alive. But it's crazy. Crazy.
They're Hispanic, huh?
Mexican.
Mexican.
Yeah.
Did they smoke or drink?
Oh, yeah. Anthony was not a healthy guy. He drank too much. He was overweight. And, he smoked. And he didn't live an exceedingly healthy lifestyle. But heart of gold, one of the best guys I've known in my life. And we've stayed close all these years. I was senior class president in high school, and he ran for vice president, and I won, and he didn't, and he blamed me because I didn't campaign hard enough to include him on the ticket, and I always felt bad about it. But every 5 years when we would do a reunion, he did a lot of the work, really most of the work, and we would work together on it and host these reunions, and it's just really sad. Anthony was born February 8th, 1960 in Los Angeles and passed a week ago.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for his wife. They've been together for what, 40
years? He and Karen got married right out of high school.
So how long have they been married?
I think she was pregnant either in high school or right out of high school, got pregnant.
What year did you graduate high school?
78. So they were married for, 54 years?
Well, I was born in 75, and I'm 48.
Yeah,
I'll be
46 years.
Yeah. I was born in 75. I'll be 49 in September.
Yeah, so my math is off because I'm a little flustered right now. There are...
I thought your monologue was really good today.
Thank you. On Newsmax, too. This is my first day on the Leventhal Report, clean shaven.
Everyone liked your
I have some comments on that.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It felt weird, though, I'm not going to lie, because I've been wearing a goatee on my face for months and months and months, and I saw myself, on the screen without my facial hair, and it was just ooh.
Can we talk about some gossip?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm dying laughing because on Jeff Lewis, I listened to Jeff Lewis, and I missed the first part, but because we were running errands this morning, getting stuff done before we're leaving tomorrow for Paris. And so when I got home, I immediately put on the extended with MJ and I forget the other guy's name. And I don't know the other guy, is probably why I don't remember his name, but I like him on the radio. He's got a radio voice.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, they were talking about Orange County. I'm not watching Orange County, but I see on Instagram clips and snippets, and everyone calls me and tells me what's going on.
Yeah.
But no one called me. Usually Christina calls me and gives me the gossip on what goes on.
Uh-huh.
But Jeff Lewis was making me laugh so hard because Desperado Elizabeth Vargas
your former
wanted to
best
get on the Housewives so bad.
Yeah.
And she is so full of herself. This girl at El Cappuccino's in the morning goes, I saw Elizabeth at A's, and she was like, hey. And she's like, oh, do you know me from the show? Oh my God, you're a one-hit wonder. Stop. And she's like, no, actually, you dated my ex-husband. And she's like, who's your ex-husband? And she said who he was. And she's like, oh my God, he was my pool boy. She's so crazy.
So what happened?
So I guess she gets there. She's so excited to be back on TV.
Because they were shooting at her house in the desert?
Yeah. And her house and Paul DiGiorgio, I guess, they have that house together.
Uh-huh.
And they're trying to sell it apparently allegedly for $9 million. And
hired Gina to be the real estate agent? So she could get back on the show. So she
could get back on the show. So I guess she gets on there. I didn't see this, so I'm just going by what MJ and Jeff were saying.
Yeah.
And I guess she gets in there, and they're like, okay, thanks for your house. You got to leave now. I would be mortified.
They kicked her out of her own house because they didn't want her involved in the filming.
Because she's so annoying. She's such a she's a liar and annoying.
Uh-huh.
How embarrassing.
Yeah.
That is so embarrassing. I would die.
I guess she got what she wanted in part. Got her house on the show. And they must have shown her a little bit, right?
How about everybody calls me and goes, oh, John Jansen's at Shorebird. John Jansen's at A's. John Jansen's at Quiet Woman with Alexis. Everybody calls me that sees him around because he lives right down the street from us.
Yeah.
And everybody, I don't know, for whatever reason, calls me. And they're like, yeah, they go out every night to the bars and whatever. He's saying that he isn't drinking at all. That he's completely sober.
John Jansen's sober?
That's not what all my friends say, that he's drinking. They see him around town. Like I don't know, like what. That guy is a weirdo. Okay. For him to want to go back on the Housewives to terrorize Shannon is beyond the pale. Okay, that is disgusting. And Tamra, I guess according to what they were saying, Tamra's behavior is ridiculous.
Well, we're not watching.
Yeah.
And I refuse to watch that particular show. I'll watch other shows.
I kind of want to watch the Elizabeth Vargas. I kind of want to watch. I want to watch it.
You're a grown woman. You can do whatever you
I
want.
know, but I kind of
want me to watch it, whether you want.
I kind of want to watch. I do. I kind of want to watch.
Oh, I don't want to.
I want to see her. I want to see them go bye. And then so I called Christina.
Do they actually do that on the show? They kick her out on the show?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But so then I called Christina and I go, "How come you never called me to tell me?" Because she tells me everything. She goes, I don't know. She was like, it was so cringe. She goes, I couldn't even watch it.
Yeah,
she goes, everything was so staged. Like they didn't even go out to eat. They had these stupid T-shirts on. She goes, like, and Heather brought her own barbecue. She said it was cringeworthy. She was like, it was so fake and so staged.
They had girls trip T-shirts on. I saw on Instagram, right?
Yeah. Or I don't know what it said. But.
Well, there was a lot of support from all of you, and we appreciate it, to our show on Monday about the drama.
Oh my God, I have to.
With Kelly's ex. Yeah, I'm going to tape that one together.
Thank you.
I got money out of the safe for you. Oh, this is actually a British pound. You don't want this one.
No, but I can exchange it.
What? There's more where that came from.
Do you have British pounds?
Yeah.
Give them to me. I'll go to the currency exchange.
Okay. I mean, I have thousands of dollars for you as
I know.
well.
I can always use
USD.
more. I can always use more money.
You know what? You're going to get this $5 euro and you're going to be happy. That's it.
No, I'm not.
That's it.
I need
That's
more.
all you get.
More.
Can I?
I need more.
That's fine. It's a bottomless supply of. Not a pit.
God, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah,
I would
I'm
love
making
to
rain up in here.
Could you imagine Harry winning $100,000?
Yes, that guy is
the
a
Hard Rock?
trip. Ms. C. Nail. I am so sorry for Jolie. Her father is making things up to justify his lack of participation in her life and setting it up to not help financially in her schooling again. He has to justify in his mind that it's everyone else's fault. It's the only way that he can rectify that he has neglected his child. This will take all the blame off him. Shame on him.
That's what he did. When I did my podcast yesterday, we were just at the cusp of this happening, like this argument between all of us. And it was so heated and so disgusting.
Yeah.
Because the man hasn't done anything
For her college.
Hasn't done anything for her 18th birthday, didn't get her a card, and
Didn't take her out to dinner, didn't get her a gift, nothing.
hasn't seen her as. I mean, he
And wouldn't
has,
apologize for it. Wouldn't admit that he.
You know what she said? That really turned like a thing for me.
What?
She was, I haven't had any memories with him since 8th grade. The only memories I have to do is I have to take a picture of a picture.
Yeah.
Like that right there was like, I cannot believe this man. What a loser. And he's saying that I did parent alienation.
Yeah.
I have tons of text messages saved saying, when are you going to take her on vacation? When are you going to go take your... He didn't even go to his dad's funeral. His brother Peter and Sally hate his guts.
He wouldn't visit her at work. The 2 years she worked at the restaurant right down the street, he never went to visit her.
He lives right down the street.
And then he's going to blame you for alienation. All you had to do was go show up. It's on him. He's a grown man. He can go there and develop a relationship with his daughter.
She's like, Dad, you never even told me that you got married to Laura. And by the way, I got a message saying, why did I say Laura White BB?
Yeah.
Dodd? Well, all you have to do is a quick Google search. And that's her name.
Chopper Doll. So Kelly, your ex-husband, is the classic narcissist.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless of what you do, his brain will never take responsibility for his actions. Mm-hmm. Jolie is lucky to have you and Rick as parents. And then Tuber 828 said that's what a narcissist does. They blame everyone for their faults.
And they abandon. They abandon. That's what they do.
This one set you off. Patricia Netto. I believe you about Jolie's dad, but I would still love to hear his side of the story.
His side of the story?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? What side of the story do you need? He didn't get her a gift. He hasn't taken her on vacation since 8th grade. He gets married without telling her. He he didn't take her out for her 18th birthday. He's not paying for her school. He hasn't paid for her health insurance. He doesn't pay for her car insurance. He doesn't pay for her car. And then he said to her, "What love have you shown me?" He goes, "I paid," what did he say, 13 years of your school, of your private school. And Julia was like, "Oh yeah, like I just asked, like enroll in private school." She goes,
in kindergarten.
In kindergarten, I'm just gonna go to private school.
Yeah, like you think that I cared or I had any input in whether I went to private school or not when I was 5, 6 years old? Like, what are you talking about? Like, thanks for that, but how about showing some love? How about going to meet her at work? How about taking her out for dinner on her birthday? How about taking her on a college tour instead of ignoring her and telling her you're too busy constantly? And then after the fact, when she finally gets into Paris, say, "Well, I had nothing to do with that decision.
I had nothing to do with that.
That was you and your mom who decided that. I never approved of that." Well, you weren't involved.
So when we went to Kaplan, he even said himself, "I'm sorry, I wasn't into it." He checked out.
That was the only time he's ever apologized to my knowledge.
And then he's saying he didn't. That it wasn't his idea. Why does it? It's her idea.
Well, here's the upside.
And now we're supporting her idea.
Here's the upside. Brittany wrote, "Rick, you're such a good guy. You'll end up walking Jolie down the aisle."
That's what Julie said. That's exactly what Julie said. Julie said, and she gave Rick a big hug, and she said, "Rick, you're my dad. You've raised me. You're my parent." And she was crying hysterically. And she goes, "You're the one who's going to be the grandfather to my children. And you're going to be walking me down the aisle. My dad is the biggest loser, narcissist on earth. And he's got a mental... he's sick in the head. He's sick in the head." My mom today goes, "He's going straight to hell. There's no doubt about it."
Oh, you talked to your mom?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Kelly's 5796 said, "Rick is Jolie's dad, period." I don't think we should spend any more time talking about this. I think we've said what we need to say.
Well, Darlene Davis, our sweetie, said, "Rick, I told you to shave so many times. You look younger." And
Darlene, you're the reason why I did it, because you've told me to shave so many times, and you were right. She said you look younger and such a handsome face. Thank you.
Oh, wait, really quick. Jolie was crying last night, and she said, "Strangers gave me cards for my birthday." Mm-hmm. Carol Cantor gave her a card. Never met Jolie. She's one of our patrons. Yeah. April Ross, Esther said something. Bree called in. We got who else gave her? Kim Devlin gave her something. Gave her a card. I mean, April Ross gave her a whole thing for Paris.
Asia gave her a really nice gift. Cousin Tony took her out shopping.
Took her out to lunch.
We took her out. That's what parents do and family does and friends do. Even people who don't know her were taking care of.
And then she says this little girl who's like a couple years younger than Jolie, her stepsister, he's like, "Hi, honey. Hey, sweetie, where are you going?" And Julie's like,
doesn't talk to me like that.
She doesn't talk to me like that. He doesn't talk to me. And he's saying, "I do parent alienation." Go F off.
Okay. In other news, Kelly sent me this, the funniest meme I've seen in a long time. I laughed out loud. "If you're better off now than you were 4 years ago, you're probably an illegal alien." Hey, okay, all right. Hey, okay. Oh.
I love that guy.
Me too.
Back to school is one of my favorite.
Should I tell
Call me when you have no class.
"Hey, Dean Martin." I have to tell you, I told you my Rodney Dangerfield story. I don't know if I told it here. I was working at local news down in Miami, actually in the Fort Lauderdale office for WSVN Channel 7, and Rodney Dangerfield was down there doing something, and he did a little too much cocaine that night and wound up in the hospital in Hollywood. I think it's called Hollywood, Broward General or Hollywood, whatever, in Hollywood. And we found out that he was in there, and they were about to release him. And I was friendly with the PR person at the hospital. I'm on the phone with her. She's like, "He doesn't want to go outside. He doesn't want to meet the press. He's scared to go out there." I'm like, "Just tell him to walk out and wave and smile and then get in his car. It's no big deal." So he did. Rodney Dangerfield comes walking out the door and he just goes, "Hey, okay, all right. Hey, all right, okay, everything's okay. All right." And he got in his car and he left. And we got that on video, and that was my lead story on the 5 o'clock news that night.
Wait, can I just... really quick, when I was watching your Newsmax today,
yes,
N2 on YouTube, If you guys are on YouTube, you should watch him.
Watch it on YouTube, and they track those numbers. So the more of you who watch me on YouTube, the
better.
higher my numbers go. It's at 4 p.m. live, 4 p.m. Pacific, or 7 p.m. Eastern, every day, Monday through Friday.
You guys are already on YouTube. Just turn it on. You have to watch it.
M2, Newsmax 2.
So I was shocked on the underground tunnels in Las Vegas with all those drug addicts down there.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I had no idea. And I know you've been to Vegas more than me. I've been there dozens and dozens
I'm
and
not
dozens
down
of times.
with the midst of like...
Well, no, Jason Jones, our border correspondent, went there to do this report. He said there were miles and miles, like 100 miles or more of tunnels under Las Vegas.
that people are living under.
Thousands of people, supposedly. Some of them have been down there for years.
I'm just baffled by how do these people get money?
Well,
who's giving them money? How are they surviving?
Some of them are the homeless people you see on the corner begging. And then when they go home at night, they're going underground. And you know what? The same thing happened in New York City. I read articles about that I didn't fully believe, that there was this whole community of people living in these abandoned subway tunnels under New York City. And it was supposedly a real thing. Like, this reporter went down there and was like hanging out with this weird group of like homeless, and some of them are crazy and some of them are drug addicts or alcoholics, and they wound up down there, and that they created a little nest for themselves.
Like a commune.
Yeah.
But like the fentanyl, they're just getting them and killing them?
Those fentanyl pills, Jason Jones in his report said you can get a fentanyl pill for 50 cents in Vegas. 50 cents for a pill that will mess you up.
They look like zombies.
Oh yeah, it's scary. And if the mix isn't right, if they put a little too much in there, you're dead. It is so potent and so dangerous. And that's why we keep telling these stories, trying to, give people a heads up. You don't know what's in that stuff, you shouldn't do it. One last sad note in the news today.
In the news.
Talk show legend Phil Donahue has died at 88.
I used to love watching him when I was little.
Oh, my friend Anthony, by the way, was 64. He's almost exactly my age. 64. But Phil Donahue was 88. You remember watching him as a kid?
Oh, yeah. With my grandma. After Guiding Light.
Did you know he was
after
married?
Her program. She would watch Guiding Light, and then right after Guiding Light, we would watch Phil Donahue.
He was really talented. Did you know he was married to Marlo Thomas for 44 years?
No. Who's Marlo Thomas?
She was a hit. She was an actress who was on. Was she That Girl? Now I have to find it. I think Marlo Thomas. Yeah, That Girl. 1960 sitcom called That Girl. You probably never saw it before your time, but I used to watch it. So, Phil Donahue, the host of the Phil Donahue Show, was given the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
What does it say? He was Catholic?
Where do you see that?
He tackled serious issues such as the abuse in the Catholic Church,
the
Ku Klux Klan, and feminism.
He moved from Dayton. The show moved from Dayton to New York City in 1985. He worked out of 30 Rock, which is where I worked when I was at WNBC. He welcomed major guests on his show like Muhammad Ali, Whoopi Goldberg, Billy Crystal, Steve Martin, Jamie Lee Curtis. He was the first to interview Nelson Mandela following his release from prison in 1990. First American talk show host to tape from the Soviet Union. He also hosted the 92 presidential primary debate between Bill Clinton and Jerry Brown.
Wow.
The Phil Donahue Show ended in September 96 after 29 years. He won 20 Emmys, 10 for Outstanding Host and 10 for the show itself. He was married to Margaret Cooney for 17 years, or 17 years. And then Marlo Thomas. And He filmed 7,000 episodes of his show.
Dang.
Phil Donahue, legend. Rest in
Look at all
peace.
those Emmys.
Yeah.
So NJ today said that they're gonna get an Emmy for The Traitors.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, congratulations. And cheers to Anthony. I miss you already, my friend.
Aww.
We hope you have a smashtastic day. And on this day, Kelly will be flying to Paris with Jolie. But we will continue our shows, hopefully, via split screen, Zoom, whenever possible. And if she's not available, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
I'll work.
I'll
While
work.
you play.
No, I'll work, but I'm gotta get her all situated.
You have to. That's why she's going, and get Jolie moved in. And we expect to see lots of videos and lots of photos.
I have to say, somebody said even Tony Soprano took Meadow to go look at schools. I thought that was a funny
If they can do it on a
thing.
TV show, then why can't you do it in real life?
If Tony Soprano could take Meadow.
Right.
That was hilarious.
Have a great
All right,
day,
bye,
everybody.
guys.